A royal baby moment. Lee Min-ho and Song Hyo introduced their child to the world in style. The calm before the royal storm. It was a morning unlike any other. Seoul was buzzing, not with its usual rush of commuters, but with an air of anticipation so thick it felt electric. The streets outside the iconic Grand Hyatt Hotel were lined with reporters, flashing cameras, and fans who had camped out overnight, clutching banners and flowers. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update in the world of your favorite celebrities. They weren't waiting for a drama premiere. They weren't waiting for an award show. They were waiting for history. Because for the very first time, Lee Min-ho and Song HYE KYO, two names synonymous with Korean entertainment royalty, were about to step forward and share their most guarded treasure with the world, their child. The royal entrance. At exactly noon, the grand doors opened. A hush fell over the crowd so sudden it felt like time itself had paused. Then, like a scene ripped from a K-drama finale, they appeared. Lee Min-ho, in a perfectly tailored ivory suit, radiated calm confidence. Beside him, Song HYE KYO glowed in a soft pastel gown. Her elegance so breathtaking that even the harsh camera flashes softened in her presence. And nestled carefully in HYE KYO's arms was the moment everyone had been waiting for. Their baby, dressed in a delicate white outfit trimmed with lace, a tiny bonnet framing a face that seemed to carry both their features in equal harmony. The crowd gasped. Some screamed. Many cried. This wasn't just a celebrity reveal. It felt like the unveiling of a royal heir. The first look. For a fleeting second, the world stopped turning as the cameras zoomed in on the child's face. A perfect blend. The gentle eyes reminiscent of HYE KYO, the determined chin of Min-ho. It was as if destiny had painted this child to embody everything fans had ever dreamed of in a love story. The internet exploded instantly. Screenshots of the baby's first appearance spread across every platform within minutes, captioned with words like angel, perfection, and a new chapter of Korean royalty. One fan wrote, "I thought their dramas were the most beautiful thing they could give us. But this baby, this is their masterpiece." A speech that melted hearts. Then, to everyone's surprise, Lee Min-ho stepped forward with a microphone. His voice trembled slightly, betraying the emotions beneath his polished exterior. "Today," he began, "is not just about sharing our joy with the world. It is about gratitude. To our fans who have stood by us, to our families who gave us strength, and to my wife, whose grace and love made me the man I am today. And now, we share with you the greatest blessing of our lives, our child." Song HYE KYO, holding back tears, added softly, "We always said love stories end at weddings. But standing here I realize, this is where our true love story begins." The crowd erupted in applause, tears, and cheers. The symbolism of the day. Nothing about this reveal was accidental. The choice of venue, a grand hotel ballroom with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Han River, symbolized openness and transparency. The baby's attire, simple yet elegant, represented purity and hope. Even the time of day, noon, was intentional. As insiders explained, Min-ho and HYE KYO chose it because they wanted their child's first moment in public to be in the light. It was more than an introduction. It was a statement. Chaos outside. Of course, such a moment couldn't pass without chaos. Outside the hotel, fans jostled for a glimpse, some climbing onto fences, others holding banners that read, "Welcome little star and our royal baby." Traffic was brought to a standstill. News helicopters hovered above, capturing aerial shots of the frenzy. Police officers struggled to control the growing sea of people, but even amidst the chaos, one thing was clear. This was not anger or hysteria. This was love on an unimaginable scale. Global reaction. Within hours, headlines weren't just confined to Korean outlets. International media picked up the story. Korean royalty welcomes their heir. Vogue. Lee Min-ho and Song HYE KYO's baby reveal shakes the world. CNN Entertainment. From on-screen legends to real-life icons. The Guardian. Even Hollywood stars chimed in on social media, congratulating the couple. One A-list actor tweeted, "I thought K-dramas couldn't get more epic. Then this happened." The baby's name, hidden meaning. Just when fans thought the day couldn't get more emotional, Song HYE KYO leaned into the microphone and revealed their child's name. The name, chosen with deep cultural significance, blended history and hope. It carried the weight of legacy but also the promise of a bright, boundless future. The crowd gasped once more, some shouting, some sobbing openly, as the meaning behind the name spread across social media like wildfire. Within minutes, the hashtag of the baby's name was trending globally. A new chapter begins. As the event drew to a close, the couple posed together one last time. Min-ho's protective arm around HYE KYO, her serene smile lighting up the room, and their baby nestled safely between them. It was more than just an introduction. It was a coronation, a passing of the torch, the beginning of a new era in the Korean entertainment world. And as the doors closed behind them, one thing became clear to everyone watching. This wasn't just a baby reveal. This was history. The world after the reveal. The day Lee Min-ho and Song HYE KYO introduced their child was not just a news event. It was a cultural moment. But once the doors of the Grand Hyatt ballroom closed and the chaos outside faded, the cameras turned off, and the flashing lights disappeared, a new reality began for the couple. Behind the grandeur, beyond the applause, there was the quiet world of parenthood. And for Min-ho and HYE KYO, it was a world they were determined to protect at all costs. The first night back home. After the reveal, insiders close to the family described a scene far removed from the lavishness of the day. The couple returned to their Seoul home late in the evening. No cameras, no journalists, just the two of them and their baby. The first thing they did was change into comfortable clothes, laying aside the gowns and suits that had turned them into symbols earlier that day. Then came the most tender scene. Min-ho, still in disbelief at what had just unfolded, cradled his child in the living room. "Do you realize," he whispered to HYE KYO, his voice breaking softly, "that today our baby became part of history?" HYE KYO smiled, brushing her hand against the child's tiny cheek. "History will forget the lights and the noise," she replied gently. "But our baby will always remember love." It was a moment that not even the world's biggest cameras could capture. The start of a new chapter in private. Building a fortress of love. Determined to raise their child away from the unrelenting glare of fame, Min-ho and HYE KYO made an unusual choice. They turned their Seoul residence into what friends now call a fortress of love. Not in the sense of guards and gates, but in the sense of boundaries. They limited visitors. They asked friends not to post any photos of the baby. They even created a private schedule to make sure one parent was always present during important moments. Feeding, bedtime, and morning playtime. For Min-ho, who was once described as a workaholic, this was a revelation. Friends noticed how he turned down international film offers, choosing instead to be home for the baby's first laugh, the first steps, and even the quiet middle-of-the-night cries. "Acting has always been my dream," he reportedly told a close friend, "but fatherhood is the role I was born to play." Song HYE KYO, the gentle guide. While the world has long admired Song HYE KYO's elegance and strength, motherhood revealed a new side of her. Those close to the couple describe her as calm, gentle, and patient, carrying the same grace she shows on screen into her new role as a mother. Her mornings are said to be filled with quiet lullabies, soft piano music playing in the background, and hours spent simply holding her baby, whispering little stories. She has also taken to journaling, documenting every milestone, from the baby's first smile to the first time the tiny fingers wrapped firmly around her own. "I don't want these moments to disappear into memory," she shared with a confidant, "because they are the true awards of my life." The first family outing. Hidden from the world. Weeks after the grand reveal, whispers began circulating about the couple's first outing as a family of three. It wasn't at a red carpet. It wasn't at a glamorous restaurant. It was at a quiet park by the Han River at dusk. Witnesses described seeing the couple walking hand in hand, their baby nestled safely in a stroller. No makeup, no designer clothes, no entourage. Just a young family enjoying a moment of peace as the golden sunset reflected on the water. One passerby said. I didn't even realize it was them at first. They looked so normal, so human, so happy. That sighting went viral. Not because of scandal. Not because of drama. But because it reminded fans that behind the fame, they were just parents, trying to give their child a childhood filled with love and simplicity. The baby's first milestones. Though the couple has kept details private, insiders whisper that the baby's first laugh came during one of Min Ho's playful antics. Known for his charisma on screen, Min Ho reportedly made funny faces until the baby let out a giggle that filled the entire room. Friends say he was so moved he had tears in his eyes. That laugh, he told one, was better than any applause I've ever heard. Meanwhile, the baby's first word, though kept under wraps, is believed to have been spoken on a quiet morning while HYE KYO was feeding. The word was simple, soft and sweet, but to the couple, it carried the weight of the world. Global fascination. Even though the couple has worked hard to keep their parenting private, the fascination hasn't slowed down. Every glimpse, every tiny update, sends fans into a frenzy. A grainy photo of Min Ho carrying a diaper bag trended on Korean Twitter for 2 days straight. A blurry video of HYE KYO shopping for baby clothes made it to international news outlets. It seems no matter how ordinary their actions as parents may be, the world sees them as extraordinary. Looking ahead, the promise of balance. As time moves forward, the question looms. Will Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo allow their child to grow up in the spotlight, or will they guard their privacy even more fiercely? For now, their answer seems clear. Love first, fame second. We want our child to know joy before pressure, Min-ho said quietly in a rare off-record conversation with a journalist. The world can wait. But childhood cannot. And with that, the royal couple of K-drama continues their journey. Not as actors, not as legends, but as parents, rewriting the script of their lives one gentle moment at a time. And if this story touched you, subscribe and share it so we can keep his memory alive together.